All right, guys, here we are again. Stage 2, Zwift Unlocked. Lots of the wild. I did it yesterday. I'm doing it again today. Why? I don't know. I just felt like doing it again. There are 390 people in the pen, 30 seconds to start. Probably going to be over 400 by the time this thing starts. Did okay on this loop yesterday. Let's see how we do today. I'd like to be conservative. I am feeling a bit tired today. So let's just get out of the pen, get onto the road, see how the legs start to come around, and see how this loop develops. And here we go again. Gotta send it to get towards the front. Whew. Fast, fast, fast. All right. This is fast. Well, who is on the front? All right. Let's move with this very fast peloton. This might have been a bad idea. We'll find out. Okay. Very quick start. Averaging 45.6 kilometers an hour so far. Okay. Not slow. Now headed out to Jarvis. Headed out to the first demanding part of this course. Okay. Very quickly, almost 5K done. There we go. 5K in. Feeling it today. Really need my legs to start warming up here. Start turning over a little better. Or else it's going to be a very long 36.7K left to go. Okie dokie. Hydrating early and often. Okay, let's draft. Okay. Woof. Okay. Back to drafting. It's all downhill. Thank you, exclamation point. I really appreciate you watching. Okay. It was very nice of Dan. Thank you, Dan. Rock on indeed. Okay. Okay. Boy, this is moving good. .9 kilometers per hour average. Pretty good. It's amazing how different a ride under 45 and over 45 feels. And this is just moving. Moving, moving, moving. Okay, 11K in, less than 31 to go. Jarvis Island behind us. Got to get up and over Dirty Sorpresa, which is never fun. And then there's the aftermath after dirty before the long downhill. Okay. Huh. Come on, guys. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Feeling this one today. "17 kilometers in." Okay. Yeesh. Ooh, feeling it. Working on halfway. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, 22.2K in, less than 20 to go. The hardest 20. Okay. Okay. Holy moly. Here we go. This is fast today. All right. Let's ride these wheels. Majority of the race behind us. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All these attacks. That's wild. All right. This might have been a big bite to do this one 2 days in a row. These guys are riding a very different race. than yesterday. It was so much smoother yesterday. Except for when I was animating. Maybe that's why it felt better, because I had the ability to animate. The groups were smaller. That was a plus. By the time we got to the desert, it was already a select group. Much bigger one today. Oh man, why? We're gonna be coming out of the desert soon. So I really need to start recovering. Two-thirds of the way done. That feels good. I'm paying for it today, guys. That's okay. This is all worth it. Every day on the bike's worth it. No matter how we feel. No matter what the body can and can't give. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just working with the group. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, somebody's sending it from the group. What a long way to attack from. Okay. Here they come. No point in fighting. There we go. See how Zwift does that? Lets the whole group go through. Even though I sprinted to reattach, just lets everybody by. Zwift dynamics. It's part of the game. Now I gotta recover. All right. All right. It's the meat of the climb. Recover. Gotta recover. So feeling it today. Holy moly. Yeah. There goes the train. Yeah. Okay. With the group. With the group. I have no idea how I made it to this point today, but I'm here. I am here. Only a few minutes of riding left. Oh, yeah. Big peloton, move with the group to the finish. Okay. On the line. Oh wow. Oh, that whole race was just a hope and a prayer. All of it. But it forced me to ride really smart and not get outside myself. As much as possible, I tried to stay contained. I have no idea how I made it over Titans. You guys know that climb is just, me and Titans, we go way back. So the fact that I was able to summon the mortal fortitude to get up and over Titans, yeah, it definitely put some wind in my sails down the backside and towards the finish. I was very pleasantly surprised with how I rode that climb. And I definitely paid a lot of attention to the slope. And I rode the orange parts hard. And the orange is red, I don't know, is that red, is it orange? I rode the yellow parts steady. And any blue sections, I just came off the pedals entirely. We came up off the desert floor. I was very surprised to be in that little bit of a split and knew I was paying for it, which is why when I got to the actual Titans KOM, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think I finished right around 4 watts a kilo for the ride. It was pretty good for me, and close to or right at 4 watts a kilo for 20 minutes, maybe a little bit higher than 4 watts a kilo or right at it. So it was a pretty steady ride, even though there was a lot of chaos going on around us. You guys will probably see in the chat, there was a bunch of back and forth between a couple guys off the front and the rest of the peloton as to whether or not they were legit and et cetera, et cetera. So there was arguments as to whether or not people were wearing heart rate monitors all that sort of stuff. And it's unfortunate that this happens in Zwift, but it's just part of the deal, right? Like, for reasons that'll never be known to you, people want to cheat. There are people in this world who are wired to cheat. And I don't understand it, and I would think the majority of you here don't understand it either. But it exists. And, you know, whether or not that's something that's innate or learned, I don't really know, right? I don't know if people are just born with the get ahead at all costs mentality, or if that's something that you learn and something that you refine, right? I mean, there are people who are very good at cheating. You know, they put in more work to avoid doing work than the work that would have been necessary if they just did the work to begin with. And that always baffles me, but you know, it exists, right? So cheating exists. And there's not much I or you or any of us can do about it. If somebody wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat. And Zwift, for all of its good things, that is one area that's complicated, I think, in terms of how do you curb cheating, how do you curb height doping, weight doping, no heart rate monitors, bots, all that sort of stuff. Like, how do you curb it? And I'm confident they're working on it to the best of their ability. It's not solved yet, but you know, I think kind of what I was driving at when we were recently talking about the coffee stop. If there's 10, 12, 20 people on the front absolutely just killing themselves to keep it going, it's like when the coffee comes up, it's like, yeah, come on, like, no, you know? And so what I was driving at in the commentary in that video, which came out a couple days ago, is like, what's the culture, right? What is the culture in Zwift? How do we create a peloton mentality that we don't like the easy way out? We're okay with how cycling works and drafting and strategy and attacks and all that sort of stuff, but sort of the blatant disregard for the work that's necessary, I think that is really a slap in the face to people who are here actively trying to get better, trying to get faster. Now, the whole caveat on this whole thing is I was far enough back in the pack, I couldn't see the numbers at the front, right? So there also has to be, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, there's got to be an admission where if somebody is beating you and they're beating you soundly, they could be that good, right? Like, they could actually be that good. And you know, that's the difference between a great amateur, a semi-professional, and professional cyclist. I mean, they're gradations, right? So it'd be uncommon, it's more unlikely, but there are athletes who can just get out there, get into a TT by themselves and cane it at over 5 watts a kilo. And if the group behind is not doing anywhere near that work, that's where the gap's going to be created, and that's how the gap's going to be sustained. So, you know, that's why it's kind of like, if you don't have, I mean, some of it's obvious. If somebody gets a cone of shame, yeah, okay, they're doing unworldly watts, and Zwift has flagged them, but kind of that marginal stuff, 5-6 watts a kilo, where it's like, come on, you know, like, that's where the chat starts. It's like, oh, those numbers, they can't possibly be real, but like, they could be. We just don't know whose avatar that is. So it could be the avatar of a cheater. It could be the dummy account of a pro. You never know. You never know. So it's kind of like, it just keeps going back to the same thing of like, hey, let's just create a culture of positivity on Zwift. One that encourages everybody to work hard and to really push And I think that's kind of what we're driving at, right? And anything that flies in the face of that, anything that is, height doping, weight doping sort of stuff, well, yeah, we should be calling that out. I've been in races, and you've been in races where somebody weighs less than 50 kilograms. And, they're 5 feet tall. And they're out there just going 7 watts a kilo around the course. So, we've been there. We have been there. But that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. And what is the point of all this? The point is, it keeps coming back to ourselves and the influence we have over ourselves and other people. And so, I think if you guys watch this channel, you see that I don't shy away from work. It's actually what I'm all about. I want to do the hard work. I look for the hard work. I try to get into distress. I try to get myself into trouble. That's why I'm racing every single day, to experience constant struggle. That's just how I'm wired. I like the overcoming. I like the being able to operate in distress and to have a calm head in the midst of the chaos inside my body. Today is a perfect example of that. I lined up and it was like, this is dumb. And it was. I mean, look, racing every day, that could be considered dumb, right? It's not smart training. It's not the tried and true practices of fitness and progress, right? But it's a different kind of adventure. And so I'm on this daily adventure where it's like, no matter how I feel, I just sling the leg over the bike. And in this time slot, my choice was to either do electric, what's it called? The new one, the race for stage 2 Unlocked, where you travel out of Neokyo and you go down the pain caves, loop around, back up the pain cave, and then back up the KOM. And I took a serious lashing on that course on Monday. Or to do this course, which was the longer one. And quite frankly, I think the shorter course might have been a better, quote unquote, easier option, because it just would have been over faster. This one was just longer, right? It's the better part of an hour. A lot can happen in that hour. You make a mistake and you're off the back, and that's the end of that ride. So I felt like I was taking a risk by doing the long one today. And it definitely felt like a risk when I found myself coming out of the desert, pushing up to the lone rider, and then having the group come back on us right before the true climb through Titans. That was absolute gut check moment, but somehow I made it over the top. And once I made it over the top, I knew there were just a few pushes left that were necessary to make it to the finish line. So somehow made it happen, and that is exciting to me. That kind of pain, that suffering, that digging, I look for that. I look for that always. So I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I'm on the other side of it too, right? There's the relief that it's done. It's over. Zwift can't hurt me anymore today. But I'll be back at it tomorrow and do more of that. So anyways, long and the short of it is, I hope that you too are like-minded and are here to work hard and get better, and realize that there are no magic bullets and there are no perfect pills and there are no things that are going to get you there other than the work. And we should really celebrate the work. We should celebrate the journey. We should celebrate the work, because you don't learn anything about yourself by doing easy things. There's nothing to learn. What do you learn doing easy stuff? If it's easy for you or it's easy to do, hey, hooray, You should be looking for the things that are difficult, the things that are complex, the things that are hard, things with hard edges and black and white and wins and losses, right? That's where we really learn about what we're made of and, what our constitution is. And so, it's awesome because I've been having a lot of conversations with you guys about this stuff. And, there's so many people on so many different points of the fitness continuum, right? From brand new to coming back after a long time off, to used to be a professional cyclist, to switching sports, to everybody's on these different journey points. But it's awesome seeing people's growth and expansion as they embrace this journey. You got, so many different things that are happening that are wins for people, whether it's weight loss or an improved FTP or better placing within category or moving up from D to C. Like, there's all these different ways to monitor progress and growth from day to day, week to week, month to month, and it's awesome seeing people embrace that, because I think there's just a profound level of value in embracing things that are hard. So that's what I think it all comes down to. Do the hard stuff, right? That's the message. Is it hard? Cool, let's go do it. Is it gonna be hard again tomorrow? Yep. Okay, cool, let's do it tomorrow. And that is what is keeping me going, keeping me excited, keeping me engaged. And also you guys are keeping me excited and engaged and going, and I really appreciate your viewership and your commentary and your suggestions and your criticisms and sharing your journeys. It's just been really, really cool to be a part of, and a lot of fun to be a part of this community on Zwift. So yeah, holy moly guys, I made it through that. What a win, what a win. Oh, and it's always good to make it over Titans. I've had a few hiccups on Titan where it's just all gone pear-shaped, and it's so great to know that I'm making it over there again and I'm conquering that beast. Oh man, I will likely be back tomorrow on the never-ending Grand Tour, trying to race daily on Zwift Daily, competing, do as best as I possibly can. But I'm just gonna continue to spin out the legs, and I'll save you from the rest of this warm down. So for now, that's all from me.